Something that happened in the last couple of years is I've had the privilege of accompanying someone who is a very dear friend to me. And a number of years ago, I had honestly, I didn't even think of it as a word of direction from the Lord, but I was running a retreat and I needed someone to come and film. And I thought about my friend, and I knew that she was struggling a bit, but my sense was to invite her anyway. And so I made a phone call and I invited her to come to the retreat. And I said, I'll pay for your retreat. Would you just be willing to capture some video while you're at the retreat? She came and she took film. And later, she told me the depth to which she was struggling, which I didn't realize. All I had gotten from the Lord was just her face and to invite her. That was my word of direction. What I found out was that she basically had one foot in the door of the church and one foot out. She had experienced some really challenging things working. Her and her husband had worked for the church. She was frustrated and angry, and she had also been struggling with postpartum depression. And when I made that invitation, she said, Christie, there were so few people that I would have said yes to in that moment. You're one of the only people I would have accepted an invitation from. And I didn't even know, I didn't even know how deeply she was struggling. I don't think she was even praying at that time. The retreat was transformative for her. And the word that I kept getting was just to keep inviting her in, just to bring her with me. My friend is very talented, graphic designer, videographer, editor, writer, she's incredibly talented. I have a lot of ministry projects. So I just kept inviting her to come with me. And because we began to work together, it gave lots of opportunities to be able to say, hey, let's pray together today. Or to ask, hey, have you prayed today? She would always give me this little smirk and roll her eyes. Oh, only you would ask me that. I said, yeah, because I love you. And over time, she began to pray again. She began to give her gifts in the service of the Lord. And even slowly, she began to overcome some deep sin that had been really holding her back from giving herself fully to God. At one point, I had an image for her, and I said, my dear friend, you have come from darkness into light. And she began to weep. The more that she was able to just come alongside me, the more we saw this light rising in her. And in the midst of all this, she was doing so well. There was so much good that was happening. She suffered a miscarriage, and it was devastating. She found herself experiencing depression again. And the Lord gave me another word of direction. He told me to wait for the name of their baby before I said anything to her. And so I was waiting and I, of course, comforting her, but there was this sense from the Lord of the name is going to be significant. Finally, she shared, we named our baby, and they named him Remy. And Remy, the first thing when you search what the meaning of the name is, it means oarsman or steersman. And in the course of her having this miscarriage, we'd had to make some really big changes in a project we were working on, and it was actually bringing her to a much better place. And I was able to say to her and her husband, I said, this little soul has already served a beautiful purpose. He has led you in a new direction. And that word from the Lord did something that brought them out of the depression that they were experiencing at that time. And once again, she was able to kind of climb out, and I kept getting the word, invite her in. We started to do really practical things together, to keep each other accountable to exercising, to getting outside, because she needed those practical things if she was going to keep her eyes fixed on the Lord. And over time, again, she just was brought back to life. And I had the privilege of hearing her testimony. This friend of mine was known for showing up to meetings in her pajamas. Because that's the way she felt on the inside.
I just want to comfort.
She was invited to share her story at an event, and I saw my friend show up in high heels, hair done, radiant, proclaiming how Jesus had saved her. This is the joy of accompaniment. And again, I just say, like, I didn't even know. Like, when this journey started, it was a simple word of direction from the Lord, invite her in. And then another simple word, so I want you to take this practice of making space to hear from the Lord upon your accompaniment journey very seriously. Because he's going to give you direction that you can't produce for yourself. So now with your word of direction, let's make a plan. What are the next steps that you feel called to take with the people that you are accompanying? And there's a couple of things I want you to take into consideration. What is a context in which you are accompanying this person or these people? Right? Is it that you already are meeting with them in a ministry? Is it that they're a friend? Like, what's the context? Okay? Have they experienced conversion? Right? Because that's going to tell you where you are in the journey with them. Have they experienced those three elements of conversion? And if not, then, okay, what is the next step? Where do we need to accompany them? If they have, what are the foundations for growth as a new disciple that you can help them enter into? All right? So this is what we're going to do. I want you to make a plan. What are the next steps you can take with this person or these people? Maybe there's a program or a resource you think would be helpful. And myself and Eric and Krista, we're going to float around the room. We're available. You can pull us if you're like, hey, I just have a question. I'm not sure about this. Just call one of us over. And the other thing I want you to do is I want you to just share with the people, with the person next to you. Partner up. Share with them what you're thinking. Hey, this is the situation I find myself in. This is who I'm accompanying. This is what I'm thinking. And learn from each other, kind of share your plan with them. Okay, so we're going to use this next, 10, 15 minutes or so here just to kind of work through those next steps and ask each other questions and kind of look at our plans. All right? So let the conversations begin.